So after all the dust settles, Diddy does whatever time he has to do, whether it's a slap on the wrist or maybe a year or two, or maybe Trump even pardons him if he gets a longer sentence. Do you think that Diddy will come back and get back to kind of where he was before, or do you think that the stigma of this is just going to haunt him forever?
So here's the thing. So I think the stigma is going to stick around for a while. Just because sex is such a taboo thing in this country, I think that his association with that and with the charges that were brought forth and all the media controversy behind it, for him to get past that, it's going to take some years. He might have to go to Africa like Dave Chappelle did. He might have to go to Africa with the people and chill out for a couple years, just because the type of endorsements he had prior to this, I don't think a lot of those people are going to be hitting him up, which is unfortunate, because everything that he was charged with, now it just comes down to these two things. If it was just two things in the beginning, would he lost a lot of these sponsors? I'm not entirely sure. But I think right now, he's probably a little bit radioactive, and they're gonna wait till that to cool down. But the thing about him is, nothing about him has led me think that he's gonna just sit back and just fade away, right? He's a survivor, he's a hustler, he's a businessman. He's gonna make his money and make his way back, as he's hungry, you know?
I mean, look, he's still rich, and he's got 100 lawsuits against him. But what's interesting, because I talked to a lot of lawyers around this case, some of which were even asked to be on the case and, turn them down. If any of these civil lawsuits were based on actual facts, they would have been incorporated into the federal case.
Correct.
Not a single one outside of Cassie's civil lawsuit was included.
Yeah.
Which makes you assume that all these civil lawsuits are based on a lot of nothing.
Right. I think that's a lot. Again, my first impression of meeting him was, oh no, it's Diddy, just because of the stigma surrounding him.
No,
so
Diddy
they
became a phrase.
It became a phrase
in the
immediately.
Urban world. When you say no Diddy, everyone knows what you're saying.
The diddler. Like, this is it's crazy to me, but I feel that, I don't know, I think that overall, he's gonna be fine, because he's got the money, he's got the know-how, he's got the connections. It's just gonna take time.
Yeah.
It's gonna take time. But I don't think this is the last we've seen of him.
I don't think so either. I don't think he's good at being low-key. I think he's
nothing about this man.
He's gonna have a
is low-key. For all we know, he opens
party.
up. He could open up the next.
Some people show up.
He can open up the next Pornhub or the next Browser studio. Diddy,
Yeah, I mean, listen,
you
can't argue with a man anymore, because all the guy got to say is like, well, he's had to rub dudes come on my nipples. What do you come back from that? You can't come back from that. That's it. That's the end of the argument.
I'm trying to forget these things, man. There's a lot of therapy that's going to be involved after this interview. I'm like, he did what? He did what? Oh, God.
Yeah, man. He probably did it with yours.
I would like to think that mine, for whatever reason, was unusable. He was just like, you know what? This is not my style. Like, I'm a go wipe that off. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, like yesterday, I interviewed Rico Bozant, who was one of the escorts also. He met up with him, a few times. And he basically would say, like, he would bust, and then Diddy and Daphne would basically have sex with just the man juice sort of like in between them, sort of like it's still there. Like, she would never wash off. So it was just that.
Yeah, well, that's a thing.
That's a thing.
That's a thing that happened to him. What did he stay in the room after that? After that, I'd have to.
Well, no, they would sometimes have sex in front of him.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say about that. That's a little much for me, but
Yeah.
That might have been the last time.
It's a bit much for everybody.
That might have been the last time I came over to the Diddy house after that one, because I don't know.